참 잘했어요. Yeah. Yo, what up, Street Talk, Street God, Street Vlogs? Or Kim, that's right. Chilling with Sen in the car. He is the master of the car. Only 2 years, 2 months. I actually find that the funny thing is, if you live in the burbs, one of the most virtuous places that you could just chill is just let your kid play in the car. So. Love my things, love my things, my things. Yeah, when in doubt, have a kid. All right, so continue some thoughts. Just sent out a newsletter on becoming superhuman, right? So what does it mean to become superhuman? Why does this matter, etc. So my personal thought is, okay, there are certain facts, right? Like, you's alive. No, one day you're gonna die, right? So the question is, in between that duration, what you finna do with your life? 동서에 아빠가 문 닫아요? 오케이, 문 닫아요. 아빠 해봐. You love my doggy. So what you finna do with your life? Do with your life, suckers. Okay, so I think 네, 아빠 문 닫을게요. 네, 아빠가 이 문 꽉 닫았어요. So the simple thought. 이거 쉬었다. 이거 더 닫아. 이거 쉬었다. Okay. Is what you gonna do in between that duration? So, my thought on becoming superhuman is it's just kind of like an ideal's goal. You know, think about Nietzsche, the Ubermensch, the Overman, the Superman, and you know, certainly we're all mere human mortals. So I think of just. 고장이 났어? 왜? 안 돼? 이거 봐. Okay. It's just kind of more of an ideal, right? Like, I mean, just simple things, right? Like, superhero sleep 10 to 12 hours a day, right? Superhuman strength, demigod lifts, EK, just Atlas lifted, 890 pounds. And, you know, I'm not on the juice. And I do it fasted too. I'm like, am I the world's strongest lifter who does it fasted? No breakfast, no lunch, only one massive dinner day. And I don't like use like those silly like knee wraps, weightlifting belt. Never have. It's against my pride. Kind of curious. And yeah, it's just to essentially just elevate your thoughts to the extreme. For the sake of you and also for maybe the rest of humanity. And yeah, and I think you know, even best friend Peter Thiel, 0 to 1 is like is better to risk boldness than triviality, which means like in life, I mean just philosophical in life, I think it's better to have an insanely okay. 핸드폰? 왜 잠깐 업로드 했는지 안 했는지 보자. 업로딩 아직 하고 있어요. 오케이. 이거 안 오케이. 여기 오케이 한이가 할래? 오케이. 홈 버튼 눌렀어? 어디 갈래? 그래? 잘했어. 오케이. 아빠가 많은 송 했어. Yeah, it just I think it's better in life to just insanely aim insanely high and audacious. 얘기하네요. Insanely audaciously and fail. Failing just means to fall or not succeed. But 이거 꽉 해서 oopsie X to you. So 시작. 동서 잘했어요. 네, 이거 지금 초록 색깔 트럭이고. So it's better to just attempt something insanely epic and, not succeed than to aim even high and succeed. Like, there's a difference between aiming high and insanely super duper mega high, right? And yeah, like, it's just a thought, right? Also, whatchamacallit? Like, I think it just comes down to like maybe like self-esteem, self-estimate, or whatever. Like, I mean, I'm just super fortunate that like I'm the eldest son of the eldest son of the eldest son. So growing up, 운전 잘한다. Like growing up, I had like the world's biggest head and ego, both literally and metaphorically. It's always like going crazy. Like my grandma's like showing off to bragging to all her friends, like, oh, isn't like my grandson so handsome? So like I always had such a super big self-esteem, and also I was saying I did the same thing. It's just like I praise him like it's nobody's business, and it doesn't hurt to praise your kid. And then people are like, oh, but if you praise your kids, not gonna teach them good and hard. I'm like, yeah, here it's just like that's just kind of a meek line of thinking. Let's see. I think just essentially it's just like my theories on parenting. It's super simple. It's just the best way to raise your kids is raise your kids how you wish that you were raised when you were a kid. Super easy. If you want some turbo kid parenting, EK Consulting, shoot me an email at eric@erickim.com. And also maybe in the next year or two, I might start my own monster story. 네, 그 따뜻한 뜨겁게 했네. 잘했어요. I might start my own monster story in LA somewhere. So if you're interested in enrolling your kids, making them uber geniuses, shoot me an email at eric@erickim.com. insipid. 네, 한이가 그 에어컨 틀었네. 이거 에어컨 틀었어요. 잘했어요. 크게 했어요. 한이가 할래? 오케이, 해봐. 오케이. 잘했어요. Yeah, and yeah, so I think I don't know, just and this is, I think, really the root of entrepreneurship, is that it's not really a matter of success or failure. It's just more of a matter of to the extent in which to the extent in which you're willing to risk. And I think actually in some ways having kind of more of like this aesthetic lifestyle approach to things allows for more radical entrepreneurship. So even like, for example, Elon, like everyone wants to be a billionaire, but like one thing that read his bio that they don't understand is in the early days when he's starting X.com, the payment service with his brother, they like shared an office space. I don't know, were they paying $300 a month or something? No house, no apartment. They're just sleeping in sleeping bags. And to shower, they went to the local YMCA. And to feed themselves, Elon figured out he could feed himself. The cheapest he could feed himself was spaghetti and hot dogs, and he feed himself on $2 a day. And apparently, even in the early days of Tesla did it. He's like visiting Sergey or Larry Brand, and he would just crash on their couch. So same thing with what's his name? With Steve Jobs. I mean, before, after he founded Apple, Super Quark, he essentially was like this kind of like weird, going to India kind of vegetarian, fruitarian dude, like a super aesthetic lifestyle. Left turn. So I think in order to do more radical entrepreneurship, choose a more like kind of a cool ghetto lifestyle. Like even like I'm 35, I was born in 1988. My whole adult life, I've never bought a car that's more expensive than $2,500 US. Even this 2009 Sonata with over 200,000 miles on the dash. 200,000 miles on the dash. Can you see it? It's over there. Got it from my mom for $399. Spent only $2,000 to fix it up, so essentially got a brand new car for only $2,000. And the car before that I bought 2000 something 2004 Subaru Outback 5-speed, also 200 something thousand miles on the dash, bought for $800 US. So it's like, you know, the average adult who spends like 30,000 above on a car, I'm like, is you guys stupid? Like, you guys are like super dumb. Even my brother-in-law Gabe, dad's super rich and successful, right? Like, and they're like really huge. They pretty much went all in on Tesla, made a bunch of money. Like even them, they just drive the super base level Model 3. They don't even have the more expensive ones. So I think it's just interesting is that if you look at observe the behaviors of real rich people versus fake rich people, real rich people just drive old Civics, or if they have a family, this seems to be the universal thing. Whenever I go to the mountains and see people with this like the $10 million homes, $20 million homes, they all drive specifically white Honda Odysseys. Like, not Siennas, white Honda Odysseys. And then also super rich people drive like old beat up like silver Civics with the paint peeling, I found. Yeah. Even one of the guys next door, who's like, you know, he apparently sold a Lamborghini to Mike Tyson, used to own a Lamborghini dealership. He just got like an old ass, the Prius, the 2010 generation, you know, on auction for only like $5,000. So it's like real rich people versus, because the thing is that like real rich people, they want to keep accumulating those commas and zeros, roll down in their bank accounts. They just want to keep seeing that number go up, and that's why rich people are so quote cheap. And actually the hilarity is people's like, why are rich people so cheap? Shouldn't they be more like, you know, tip better? I'm like, but the irony is that is why they are rich, because they are so stingy and frugal with their monies that their net worth goes up. And also like some interesting nuances I've discovered, like, you know, people staying in expensive hotels, they don't even pay for it. Like, it's like either a business expense through their company or corporation, whatever. And also one thing I don't understand, 불바스 여기 아니나요? 불바스 아니나요? 아니면 동전 여기 있어요. Yeah, real rich people, they don't even use their own money. They're able to leverage money from the banks or stuff in equity, ways I don't really quite understand. But 한이가 diagonal line super dogs. Yeah, that's what they do. But anyways, the goal isn't even to become rich. The goal is to leverage your life in a way that you could make it insanely epic in the world. Yeah, to maximize your impact on planet Earth while you're still alive.